Well, hello there again. So for now, this will be my final impressions video for another series from the winter anime season, and this time I will give my final thoughts and impressions on the series entitled Hamatora the Animation that was or is based in the comic written by Yukino Kitashiwa and illustrated by Yu Wazu. And the series was directed by Seiji Kishi and Hiroshi Kimura and written by Toka Mashida and Jin Kumagi, and it was produced by Studio NES, and it began running in 7th of January of 24, and it appears that ended today or yesterday. Even if at the end of the, the episode it appears a message saying to be continued. So I think that could be kind of the foreshadowing for eventually a second season on Amatora. And basically, Amatora follows a group of characters that have special powers or a special ability uh, called the minimum or the minimum holders as they were called, and basically they work at the Nowhere Cafe that basically is their office, and they are kind of a group of detectives led by Nice and Murasaki that are two guys with special abilities. Nice as the minimum older fee fight duo, and basically he can uses sound to use his abilities. The other one, Murasaki, that is the partner of Nice, is a very rational man, and basically is over concerned about the job requests they receive. And he is also kind of existentialist, and his ability is known as all or nothing. Uh, and basically, when he removes his glasses, um, his body kind of hardens quite, and he basically was the second in the graduates of the faculty's academy that basically is an organization that trained these guys under the tutelage of the government, having Nice being the first graduated or the one that graduated first ranking in the academy to his powers. Um, uh, there are also a lot of other characters part of the group or with ties with the group. A girl called Ajimi, another girl called Koneko. Um, the other duo are Birthday and Rachel. Um, Rachel is a doctor, and there are others that are know to them or work at sometimes close to them, like the inspector art of the police department, a girl called Orne, alongside her partner Sri, the owner of the cafe or the coffee that is master. Um, there are sometimes appearance of information broker called Mao, and others like Theo Ray that are characters that they encounter through the series, and eventually the big antagonist of the series is a guy called Moral, that basically is a serial killer that targets users of minimum, and also is kind of trying to, in a way, he says that he intends to become an equal to nice, to save him from his lowliness, because his abilities have no pair. But at the same time, this guy is very psychotic, has a very strong and complex messianic uh, complex associated with him, uh, and eventually he appears to be killed, the Inspector Art. That then basically this guy kind of has the ability to kind of take the form of other persons, uh, and eventually begins kind of spreading minimum powers to common people, kind of trying to achieve something that he says that is to help Nice to overcome her his loneliness, but it's strange, as serial killers and very psychopathic persons are. So eventually they kind of have a final send off at the last episode. Um, Nice kind of defeats him, but eventually then we see that Inspector Art is alive, and when he appears he basically kills Morale with a gunshot, and the series ends with the inspector pointing a gun at the head of Nice and apparently shooting. And when this scene happens, then the episode ends, and I was what? Uh, what is the reason behind it? I think that the reason is related with some conversation that Moral did have in mid-season with Art in the graveyard, where he apparently shoot him down, because Art was kind of go pay a visit to a grave, that it appears that it was his brother or something. Uh, so this is kind of, it's not explained. There are a lot of plot points and plot holes that are not explained. Yes, we do see the situation from the point of view of morale and what his goals are apparently, but this final situation with Art and Nice, um, they did not explain it at all. So I think this kind of implies uh, that we will have a second season uh, with Hamatora. In the least, I do hope so. I forgot to mention that there is also a video game of this. Um, the series on the overall, it's it's a good series. The concept of these powers and or these abilities are interesting. Are interesting. But like I did say, there is a lot that is not explained. Uh, for instance, one big questions in me or in my mind is, so the minimum came from where? They are apparently they are innate to some humans, but that even the concept of the minimum is not, in my opinion, well developed or well explained. And there are a lot of background of characters that we do not know or that we did know uh, for a split of second. I will have liked to have some more character development to other characters besides moral, art, in a way, and nice, and Murasaki on another. The other characters are kinda there, even if the story about Sri is kinda interesting. The story with Sri and Donna is very interesting. But there are other characters that why they are there, what are their roles. For instance, the guy of the coffee master, he is what he is, also minimum older. He is someone as a government officer that was sent out to watch over these guys. There are a lot of stuff that is not explained or well developed in the series. I kinda do understand because the series only have 12 episodes, but this is also another thing that I think that kinda could imply that the second season could be on its way. I did not read anything about it, but I kinda got the feeling, and even that to be continued at the end of this last episode was kinda implying strongly that. So uh, so from rating the series from my point of view, um, for the reasons I do already explain, um, I will only give six to the series. The series is interesting. The concept is interesting. The animation is not bad, but there are a lot of stuff that, honestly, in my opinion, should have better, should have a better explanation, or should have been explained a little better. And some characters, in fact, they did not have, in my opinion, enough character development. So these are mainly the reasons why I gave uh, the series a 6. So this is it. Hope you enjoy. Stay well, peace, and see you soon.